from PTN, a free service teacher from PTN. I took Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English.
So our goal here is to discuss the types of sentences structure, including the multilingual education or multilingual language. So before we begin, let me ask. So kapag nagsusulat kayo ng English or Tagalog, nakikita ba yung structure? May pagkakaiba ba sa pagkakakonstruct ng sentence sa Tagalog at English? Sa way, in what way siya nababago? You can raise your hands. Here, explain ko lang. Nababago yung English sa Tagalog sa pagkakakonstruct ng sentence. Most likely kasi, sa Tagalog, mas nauna yung verb o yung pandiwa sa pagkakakonstruct ng sentence bago yung pangalan. Sa English naman, nauna yung noun, pronoun o yung subject bago yung predicate o yung verb. For example is, I walked. Nauna yung I, yung subject, and predicate. Sa Tagalog naman, tumakbo ako. So, nauna yung verb bago yung mismong subject. So, papasahin ko na lang sa inyo yung objectives natin kasi wala pala tayo. Our learning objectives is identify and differentiate the 4 types of sentence structure: simple sentence, compound, complex, compound, complex, with at least 80% accuracy through multilingual examples in English and their home level language. Meron ba kayong dito ang bukod sa Tagalog, iba ang native language niyo aside from Tagalog? Mother tongue, Bisaya, Ilocano. Okay. So another is demonstrate appreciation for multilingual expression by voluntarily sharing one sentence in their home language during the discussion and reflecting on how it supports their understanding of English grammar. The next and the last one is construct and present a short paragraph that includes all 4 sentence types, integrating English and one home language using correct punctuation and structure with allocated time. So meron tayo ng specific terms that is clear na po ba yung blog?
Opo.
So, yun na nga, may difference sa pagpakonstruct natin ng sentence sa English at Tagalog. So ngayon, i-discuss ko na yung types of sentence. First one is yung simple sentence. So alam naman natin, aware naman kayo na ang sentence is, it consists subject and predicate to become a sentence na dito. Okay. So ang simple sentence lang, it consists sa only subject and predicate. So, susulat ko na lang dito. One lang, one independent clause. So, on that term, one independent clause, it can stand alone. Pwedeng gamitin yung statement na yun na yun lang mismo, I walk. Complete thought na agad siya. Sa next one naman is, or sa Tagalog naman, ang example ng simple sentence na ay, I jump, I run, so, on that, complete thought na agad siya. Sa compound sentence naman, yun na ba sa inyo yung simple sentence? Opo, okay. Sa compound sentence naman, sentence has 2 independent clause. Sa compound sentence naman, 2 independent clause. Both of them can stand alone, removing the first statement. For example, sa 2 independent clause, nagko-connect siya ng conjunction. Para bigyan ko kayo ng clue, familiar ba kayo sa fanboys na conjunction? Ito yung fanboys. Ito yung for, and, nor, but, or, and yet. So itong mga to, ito yung conjunction natin tinatawag para mag-connect ang isang sentence sa isa pang independent clause. So, For example, ng compound sentence is, I read books and I write novels. So doon, nagamit natin yung conjunction na nagko-connect sa isa pang statement na magiging compound sentence. Dito naman, sa but, pwede natin din gamitin to. Itong lahat na to, pwede natin gamitin to para mas mapadali yung pag-construct natin ng compound sentence. Sa Tagalog naman, ang conjunction na tinatawag natin pang, pwede natin gamitin itong acronym na ANDOCS. ANDOCS. Pang-ugnay ang Tagalog sa conjunction. Ito yung at, ngunit, dahil, o lang siya po, asi, at subalit. Sa mga pang-ugnay na to, mas mapapadali natin yung makagawa ng compound sentence using Tagalog language or our native language. So ito yung maaari natin gamitin sa pagko-construct ng compound sentence na kailangan na gagawin yun. Sentence naman ay one independent clause. Maaari natin gamitin dito yung gagamit din tayo ng conjunction dito. Pero it consists bibigyan ko sa inyo ng illustration para mas malinaw sa inyo kung paano nagkakaiba yung sentence sa English at sentence sa Tagalog. So, dito sa compound complex sentence, alin dito yung independent clause? Yung dalawang independent clause. Dito sa last, I was tired. I was tired. But was because. So, ang dependent clause ay yung was great. Because it was great. So, I'm going to ask, first is, we already know that simple sentence is, I like reading. It's already a complete thought. It has a subject and predicate. So, dito naman sa compound sentence, what makes it compound? Oh, please encircle the conjunction that makes it compound. Yeah, thank you so much. Sa complex sentence, can you identify where is the one independent clause and one dependent clause? Alin dyan yung dependent clause and independent clause? First, yung muna dun sa because I was tired. Sa dependent clause. Yan, thank you. Yan yung dependent clause. Already obvious naman na ito na yung independent clause. I stay. Dito naman sa compound complex sentence, can you identify where is the two independent clause and one dependent clause? Yung ano mo na, yung two independent clause. Thank you so much. Sa activity natin, gagawa kayo ng types of sentences. Simple, compound complex, compound complex. Nagawa lang kayo ng sentence using those types of sentence structures. Sir, ano mo? Compound sentence. So next. So,
your groups, what is the specific type of sentence that is commonly used while you're taking that? So let's go. Group naman nyo, ano yung type of sentence na mas commonly used? Arrange na po rin sa dati.
So with all other thought, using language differently can really affect on how we create the sentence. Because we have different dialects and languages. Especially we're Filipino, we're a multilingual person people. So that's why knowing how to structure our sentence using different languages is important to us. So that's all. Thank you, class. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Sir Charles. Thank you.